So we come to the topic. Today's class is marriage counseling. I'm reminding myself, not to you. Huh? Those who are not awake, you also. So, two books you have, right? One is couple activities for happy couple. So it will help you repair your relation. It will help you develop excitement in your relation because you got bored of the same husband, and it helps you develop emotional connect, and it helps you to make friendship with your husband and wives, and get committed. Okay, uh, don't ask that difficult question. Accept. Okay, to accept whatever spouse you have. There are activities to rekindle love and passion. There are activities to restore trust. Okay. Then there are much more activities. So there are 120 couple activities, and each activity has the objective, right? And you will use couple activities, at least one couple activity every session, okay, with your clients. And this activity you select, right? You are read only 10 activities because you are not a sincere student. Out of those 10, whichever you feel that this is good for this client, you use that. Don't worry. If you read all 120 and you have made notes and everything, very good, right? So that is the difference between a poor counselor and a good counselor. A poor counselor, she talks from her own wisdom, from her own broken marriage, or from some Saas Bahu serial. A rich counselor will always use couple activities, relationship test. Okay, right? So you advise couple activity for every time, new couple activity to the client, so that they feel engaged. They feel that, okay, ma'am has given us some assignment. We have to go back, do it as a couple or individual, then come back again, right? So they feel good. They come to you again. And the most important part is the relationship test, right? So you will use the relationship test, and which relationship test you use, it will be identified from. How will you identify which relationship test to use? Write down your answer. Put. So you will identify which relationship test to use from history. So there are around 20 relationship tests. Each test is for respect, trust, anger, stonewalling, criticism, how you can handle criticism, how you criticize your spouse, or validation, then love, compatibility, all those things. Okay. So you choose two relationship tests for a particular couple. So first session will go for history taking. First session will go for history taking. And before you end the session, you make a plan. You tell the client that I have identified that broadly you have these issues, 2 or 3 issues. I will run relationship test with you. These relationship tests are very scientific. I am non-biased, non-prejudiced, very scientific person. I'm a third party. So with me, you have to be truthful so that I can help you better. Whatever is your objective, okay, tell me now. Right. So number one, you ask the client of their objective. If they want to break up, you help them. If they want to divorce, you help them negotiate the terms. If they want to come together, you help them. If they say we want to rekindle the relation, we have got bored of same husband and wife since 30 years, 20 years, you help them. Yeah. So some people are laughing and smiling. It means what is going on in your marriage. I can understand. Don't worry. It's okay. Happens with everyone. Right. So don't say that, yeah, it happened with me also. Then I did this. No, stupid. Right. You say that I understand. I get such clients. I have helped them many of such clients. Okay. I will tell you some couple activities. Every time, new couple activity. So they feel engaged with you. Okay. So starting from the first session itself, every time they come to you, you give one couple activity. Okay. And before the end of first session, you make a plan for relationship test. Say that I'm going to run relationship test. First, both of you together, one session, husband, single, wife, single, 3 sessions. Fourth session, I will do the analysis and I will tell you. Okay. Fifth session, I will tell you what is the solution and again re-analysis. Okay. So 5 sessions, you have engaged the client. Okay. All sessions are paid. You can count how much you are earning now. So just because of one book, how much you are earning. Okay. If you manage 5 clients, multiplied by 5, understand how much is your earning potential from one book, right? From from your mentor. And then couple activities also engages the client very well, right? So one relationship test, 5 sessions. Do not be dumb counselor. Like, do not take a photo of this and send it to the client and say, okay, yeah, you feel it and send it to me. It means you are very lazy. It means you don't want to work. It means you are very good candidate for Domino's job. Yeah. But they will not hire you because you are so lazy, right? So don't be that, right? Don't take a photo of this and send it to the client and say, okay, you feel it and come back to me. They will never come back, right? So, and that is just one session. So you lose 4 sessions money, right? Always engage the client for 5 sessions minimum in one relationship. They feel engaged, they feel valued, they feel that you are given them time. Money is not a concern for them, right? They are paying lakhs for divorce. Husband is paying crores for settlement. Yeah. They are having turbulent relationship. They cannot contribute to their children growth. They cannot contribute to individual growth, right? So they are ready to pay 5,000, 10,000, not a big deal, but they want engagement. So when you ask them to meet you again, they say that, yes, ma'am is giving me time, right? You are giving them attention. You are helping them understand what is the exact issue, very scientific way, right? And then you conduct relationship test, okay? And couple activity every time. So how will you conduct the relationship test? First, you ask the couple to sit together, come with you. Then second session, I mean, that will be the second session actually. First is history taking. Third section, only husband or wife, one person. Fourth session, only husband or wife, one session. And then 2 more sessions for analysis and opening up the communication and trying to solve the problem. 50% of the problems you can solve by understanding what is the issue and help them open the communication. What is the problem with the spouse? They cannot talk to each other unbiased, right? They cannot talk to each other without emotions, right? They have their emotions, anger, temper tantrum, all those stupid things, right? So, but you are an unbiased party. So when they communicate through you, that becomes without emotion. You can understand the message, you can communicate the real message. You can challenge them. Hey, in your test, you have written this, right? In one question. And in another question, you have written this. Both are contradictory. Can you explain? Right? Someone says she's narcissist. Yeah. Okay. Can you give me example? What will happen if one person says to other, you are narcissist, they will start fighting, right? He will try to prove, she will try to disprove. But you are a third party. You will say, tell me the examples. Whatever example comes to you, you can say, I have been trained as a psychology counselor from NSC Singapore, right? But I don't see that this is a definite narcissist. This is attention seeking, right? She wants your attention. She wants your love. Okay. Right. Now, most important thing is tell the client there are 3 types of problems. Okay. Number one is you can solve, right? Any issue. Any issue is that when you talk to your spouse acknowledges that and solves the issue. Okay. Or changes behavior. Solvable issue. Number two is not solvable, not critical. It means one spouse has a problem, right? But cannot solve, cannot change the behavior. But that is not a critical to maintain the relationship, right? If you stop eating noodles, I want you to eat noodles. But if you do not eat noodles, I will not break your relationship. What is the meaning? It is not a solvable and not critical. Okay, right? Don't worry, right? You have a OCD. If you do not solve your OCD, it gives me trouble. But I'm not going to leave you because you have OCD. Not solvable, not critical. If the answer is, if you do not solve this, I will leave you, that becomes third. Okay, critical issue. It means that is important to maintain the relationship, right? You flirt with girls. If you do not change your behavior, I will leave you. That is the critical issue. Okay, you flirt with girls, I'm ready to accept. No problem. Wow, so lucky. Yeah, that this person. So, yeah, I know. So the third, hey, what wake up? So the first is solvable. This is something you should discuss with the client. Okay, and divide everything what they're telling you. That comes from your test. That comes from the history. Note down. Okay, and the number one rule is never give your notes to the client. They will use in law. Okay, legal case. You are in trouble. Don't give them. So divide it. This division will be according to them, not you. Okay. Then you open up the discussion. These are the issues. solvable easily, right? These are the issues not solvable, but not critical for relationship. These are the issues needs critical issue. Whether you solve it or not, don't care. If you do not solve, she will leave. He will leave. Right? So parents are staying together. Tough issue, right? Now she wants parents to be gone, but parents have no place, other place to go. Right? So this issue is not solvable. But she's saying that if they do not leave, she will leave the marriage. So you have to give a solution. You have to say, ask them, what are the things the parents are doing that is affecting your marriage? Okay. Then you need to understand this husband, make him understand. And then this husband has to go and talk to his parents and tell that, see, either you leave or she leaves, or you change your behavior. Right? Then this issue becomes originally started with non-solvable, critical, now it becomes solvable. So she's like, okay, I want to try it few more months with the same parents, with the same husband. If they do not change, I will remove the parents and change the husband. Wow. Right? So I say it very easily, but it is very difficult to do. Yeah. Yeah, I know it is happening with you, your story. Yeah. Some people they are like smiling or laughing or they are like, yeah. Don't worry. It's everyone's story. Your Ghar Ki Kahani. But don't do marriage counseling by watching this Ghar Ki Kahani series. Okay. Relationship test. For exam, this book is the most important. Okay. So you have around 50 pages of theory. Okay. If you read that 2-3 times, you will score good marks. And then there are some relationship tests. Okay. Which test you use? Those are going to be the application based questions. Out of 50 questions, 35 will be direct, 15 will be application based. Okay. Now, very important is you learn, right? But if you do not help people, useless, right? So start helping people, start helping those who are near you. Okay. Don't start with your own marriage. Start with someone else. Start with your relatives, your friends, your clients. Take up some clients, practice on them. Okay. Relationship test, if you practice, then only you will learn. Okay. You cannot remember the questions. You don't need to. Okay. You cannot remember all the couple activities. You don't need to. You can open the book in front of the client, right? It's okay to open the book and select a couple activity and tell them. Absolutely okay. Or if you are like, you like to experiment, you can just do like this, flip. Okay, today this couple, I don't know which activity because I have not read the book. Okay, flip. Yeah, this couple activity, imaginative. So now you do this imaginative. Yeah, you can do this. Don't worry. Couple activity, any activity you do with any client, they will feel engaged. But there are some activities which are with a particular objective. So if you have a clear objective, then you will search. If you are lazy to search, then you do this like this. Yes, this activity you will do, revisit your childhood. Yeah, like this. Don't worry. Whatever is your style, it's okay. You're still normal. Normal, you cannot tell yourself. Yeah, that is your spouse role to do that. Someone wrote me, no, sir, I'm not normal. Yeah. So, which now there are people who avoid conflicts. There are people who avoid criticism. There are people who avoid taking criticism. There are people who can accept love. There are people who cannot accept love, right? They run away if you give them love, or they start taking you for granted. Okay. There are people who cannot respect. There are people who cannot understand that they are getting respect. Right. Now, there are some negative coping mechanisms like you become defensive, right? You rationalize your mistakes, you stonewall, you block the other person, right? You ignore the problem, you do not acknowledge the problem. Those are all negative coping mechanism, right? So you try to find out what is your coping mechanism. I'm searching which activity to do for today, which sorry test, right? You can suggest in the chat so that I understand that that is the issue you are facing either with yourself or with your client. Write down in the chat which activity you want. We'll take an interesting activity. Interesting test, which is simple, but there is a marriage. Everyone pay attention. Stop reading the book. Okay, close your book. Not required. There is a marriage. Husband and wife, they are staying together, but they live their separate lives. Very common. Yeah. Uh, it looks like they have a less bond. They respect each other, but they live their separate lives. Okay. It looks like one is living in a parallel universe, right? They are raising their children. Yeah. So it can also happen if husband and wife are separated but not divorced. It can happen when husband and wife are living together for the sake of their children, society, or anything else. So now, if you identify that this is issue, sometimes the couple will come and say that they are not attached to each other, okay, or they feel one feels alienated. Okay, so you can run this test. Okay, um, plus you can run test for love, okay, and respect. So you understand the gap. So this test will be: do you lead parallel lives? Okay, so we don't eat together. So you ask, if the answer is yes, then you ask why. Right? So it may be that one person is cooking, the other person is wants hot food and not ready to wait. Okay. Or even if the food is already cooked, but they still eat separately on separate tables, separate rooms. One person wants to watch a laptop, one person wants to watch a TV series, Asbo series. Okay. So what is the reason? You ask. Then you tell, see, you are not putting efforts to eat together. You need to start. It is not a critical issue. It is an issue that can be solvable. Okay, both of you need to take effort. You will learn to compromise on your TV time. Okay, and sit together and eat. Sometimes it feels that we are roommates than a married couple. Wow, that's good if you feel that, right? Because after marriage, the troubles start. And if you feel that you are roommates, it's good. You should feel that you are girlfriend and boyfriend for a happy marriage. We have fewer friends in common. But if you feel that that statement means disconnection, that is something you need to ask. Why? Explain more. Give me some examples. So asking example is always a good thing, right? During the second session, when you are conducting this test, you will not ask questions. Okay, these questions will come at the fourth session, fourth or fifth session, right? We have fewer friends in common than we used to have. Yeah, what is the reason? The friends have left you, or the friends have alienated from you and sided to one person because you are a bad friend, right? What is the reason, right? And it's not necessary to have a lot of common friends. Stop doing that with your nose on the camera. It seems to, so it's not necessary to have a lot of friends for successful marriage, a lot of common friends. Okay. So sometimes the problem is the expectation is wrong. Okay. So a person may say that she's or he is living a parallel life, right? But because she has a completely alien expectation or different expectation, that's why she feels that, right? But the truth may be it's good marriage. Only the marriage is destroyed here, right? Not in real life. So you need to identify. It seems that we have fewer and fewer interests in common. Okay. Since how long you are feeling this? Right? Tell me five interests which you had in common 5 years back, 3 years back. Tell me those interests which you think that you are lost. It was common and now you're lost. So here they may say that, okay, this is now done, not done. Okay, you ask what is the reason, right? It's absolutely okay. One may outgrow an interest. One may outgrow a hobby. It is not critical for the marriage to have the same interest continuous. Both are two individual different people living their lives. So you may outgrow some interest. You may outgrow some friends. Your friends may outgrow you, but your friend may not outgrow your spouse. That's why they are still friend with your spouse, not with you. Okay. That's why your interests are still there. Your spouse is not there. Okay. Or you do not have that interest. Okay. Sometimes we are quiet in our marriage and we don't talk about our lives. So tell them it's absolutely okay. Not necessary to talk every day or every time about your lives. Right. If you wish to talk, you can open up the communication. And if your spouse is blocking you, then it is something you should come to me for help. Okay, I will help you open up the communication. As soon as you say this, if the client has a real issue, she will say, yes, yes, he or she is blocking me. Then you can help them further. Our lives are parallel than connected. So ask, can you give me some examples of your parallel lives? What are the examples? Okay. Why you feel that? If someone says that because we have a different job, yeah, you are supposed to have a different job. Because we have a different business, yes, you are supposed to have a different business. Because we have a different upbringing, yes, you are supposed to have different upbringing. Otherwise, you are sisters and brothers, right? So tell them that if you feel that you are leading parallel lives, many a times this is in your mind, not in reality. If it is in reality, you will be able to give some examples. Okay. And this is a solvable issue. So why this parallel lives happen? Because one person outgrows the relationship, or one person doesn't find a connect, or one person is less communicating, okay, or one person is less understanding, or one person is not able to communicate as they used should, right? All these are solvable issues. So if a couple is living a parallel life, that's a huge success ratio. As a marriage counselor, you will have to restore this relation. We often don't talk about how our days went, okay, like in office and all. So why this is happening? Are you not asking? Or even if you're asking, why that person is not telling you? Okay. So you ask the other spouse, hey, why you are not telling? If she's asking, is there some security you are doing? You should share. If that makes her feel good, you should share your day. If that makes him feel good, you should share your day. How it went by. Okay. It's because in a relationship, you will need to put time. You will need to invest some effort and energy. That will involve talk also. We don't spend time together. Okay. So if that is a reason, then ask why. That is the issue. Why? One of you have found a strenuous job. Okay. One of you do not have a good health or feels tired. Okay. Or one of you talk nonsense. That's why other person don't talk to you. What is the issue? Give me, tell me what do you think is the issue? So you will ask both of them. Both of them will tell their own issues. Okay. You make notes because this is what you will use in sixth session. Because that is going to be a repair point. Okay. We spend a lot of our free time apart. Yeah. So tell me your memories when you used to spend your time together. What you used to do? If there is no memory, there is an issue. You never put your efforts to spend time together. So there are a lot of couple activities you will give this client. Okay. You will tell both of you need to work together to spend time together. Okay. You can watch some movie together. You can watch some TV series together. You can play video games. You can do craft, art with your children and both of spouse. You can cook together. You can go out together. Don't suggest some hypothetical thing. I think you should go for a vacation 5 days. Hey, come on, yeah. Vacation is going to cost 50,000, 1 lakh rupee. Okay. It will need to take a break from your job. And that once in a thing vacation doesn't help improve the relation. Okay, it happens only in TV, huh? TV series that they go for a vacation. After that, everything is goody goody. Huh? Some movie or something. What is that movie? Yeah. We don't set aside much time to talk. Okay, so yeah, Mina is giving another perspective, and I like that. Yeah, so sometimes it's better that husband wife live a parallel lives. Okay, if they have something to hide, or they don't gel with each other so much, right? If they start living a intermingled life, so it is better to live a parallel life for the sake of children, for the sake of finances, or for the sake of parents or society, whatever is your reason, respected. Okay, so some clients you will find that it is better to advise them start living your parallel lives because you're a hopeless case and no one can help you. Yeah, so but if you have anything issue, you come to me because I'm the best marriage counselor. You have to say that. Good point, Meena. Thank you for adding. So now the problem is that what will happen when you run this test. One person will be always yes, 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 and another person is always either no or either question mark. They don't want to answer, right? So one person is feeling that they are living parallel lives, and this one person doesn't want a parallel life. That is the issue. If both of them want parallel life, best couple ever, right? If both of them want intermingle life, then they will not come to you with this complaint, right? The issue is going to come when one is feeling parallel life and one wants parallel life. Oh my God. So that's an interesting couple to help them. Okay. So it is going to be examples. Then you will give them a tell solve this problem, right? Right. So all those things. See here, you act as authority. Okay. You tell them, hey, stop doing this nonsense. Okay. Now you follow this thing. If that makes her or him happy, you do that. Right. If that makes her annoyed, don't do that. So because parents they are biased. If they say something, they say biased towards one child. Okay. So you are a third party. You are non-biased, right? So if you say this, there is a good acceptance. They will listen to you more. Okay. But never give example from your own marriage. No one cares how's your marriage. If you're divorced, if you have a broken relationship, doesn't matter. If you're divorced, if you have broken relationship, you have a turbulent relation, actually you are a good marriage counselor because you understand the perspective and the turmoil of what you're going through. Okay. But you should never, even if you have a good marriage, you should not share with your clients. Okay. I don't think that we know each other very well anymore. Anymore. This word is very deadly. Huh? So you used to know him or her very well before. Tell me, what is your favorite fruit? What is your favorite color? These things are not going to change. What is your favorite vegetable? What is your favorite restaurant? Hey, you said no, you do not know anymore. Means you used to know them earlier, right? So you catch them. You say that, see, you are not put efforts to understand your partner very well. So you never learned about your partner and you expect your partner to know about you and you're using the word anymore wrong. So you should say, we never understood each other, right? That is the correct segment. And if you never, then you should start putting efforts. You are in a failing marriage. Okay. But this failure doesn't need divorce. It will happen with your second husband, second wife also. So this is workable issue. Okay. This is a solvable issue. We don't have dinner together very much anymore. Yeah. This first question you want to contradict. So basically, why, what is the issue? One person is coming late, or one person is silent, boycotting you, stonewalling you. Then, hey, then that is a serious issue, right? One person is on TV or phone or watching different TVs in two rooms. Yeah, there is an issue. One person cooking and one person eating, again, an issue. We rarely go out on dates together. Okay. So how many of you, just fun, how many of you are blessed with a spouse? I mean, husbands, where when you cook, your husband says, I will wait for you. You finish your cooking, then we eat together. How many of you are blessed with that? And if you have a husband who cooks for you, yeah, Jamshid, I know your husband cooks for you. Nice. You're blessed. Kanchan, Jamshid, I know very well. Shaju, Shal, Jamshid's husband cooks here also. Huh. Blessed. Ritu, husband also cooks. Okay. Shalu, very good. He cooks. Manisha, very good. You are the lucky January born. It happens with January born people. Around 10 to 15 January. Ketna, Smriti, very good. Very good. You don't want to leave in this list, so you are going to write. Everyone is going to write here, even if the truth is different. Very good. So at least if you're writing it, means there is something positive happening in your mind. Okay, that will translate to your relation. So that's how marriage counseling works. Okay. Sometimes, very good. You allow him to cook for you. Wow, that is a very good statement, Kanchan. It shows who is the alpha in your relationship. So if you allow him to cook, okay, that's very good. Good, good, Kanchan. Good. So your husband is, huh, my husband doesn't cook, but waits for me till cook is done. Good, Sojanya. Good. Okay, Mina, you slow down your speed, my dear. Yeah. Okay, very good. Morning tea and breakfast he cooks. Wow, Vinny, very good. Very good. Very good. Okay. Very good, Suja. Lieutenant Colonel Suja, very good. I will not give that example now because very good stories, good memories. So, no. Okay, so a lot of our times nowadays are with other people rather than each other. If this is happening, then it means either you are drifting apart and getting attached to someone else. What is the issue? Okay, you don't give this meaning. Okay. So, but you ask, tell me what is happening. Okay, who are those people? Right? You are talking to or spending more time. Who are those people? They are talking to and spending more time. Okay. You ask individually now. So when you have the third and fourth session, third with the one spouse and fourth with the one spouse, you ask this question. Okay, examples. And it may be that it is a business meeting, so you need to understand that. It may be colleague, but getting so much attached to the colleague, no, that's a question mark. So it may be a friend, still a question mark, right? So, or it is just a perception sometimes, right? So, but it's not necessarily a meeting. It can be spending more time on phone. Not good for a relationship. So you ask examples. Then fifth session, sixth session, you will confront. You will say, she does not like what you're doing, this example, on this question. He does not like what you're doing. Okay, you confront now, both together in fifth and sixth session using this question. Understood? So how the flow goes for marriage counseling? You're understanding? Yeah. So this relationship test help you open up their communication, helps you solve their problem. Very scientifically it pinpoints what is the issue, right? So out of this 20 questions, the couple may have only one question which is valid for them, which is important for them. And that if you are able to open up the communication, that will solve their problem. Done. Right? We seem to be avoiding each other. If it happens, either one person has the voice coming from her head or his head, yeah, because they are so difficult to spend time, or one person is drifting away, right? Or one person is boycotting, or one person is playing the games, hide and seek game. All are bad scenarios. So you ask both of them, hey, tell me what is the issue? Why you're doing this? Right? Give me examples. Last 3 months, last 6 months example. Okay, give me two examples. Give me three examples. Very good, Miriam. Yes. Good. So marriages are not born in heaven. They are made on earth by continuing the marriage. Okay. Those who are living a dream, marriages are born in heaven, you live very happy. It doesn't happen on the earth. You have to go to heaven and live there then. Right? So if you want to stay on earth, so you have to make the marriage work. It is going to happen. Very good, Meena. Thank you for adding. Meena and my thought process, they match very well. We are like, okay. So this last question is a very dreadful question, huh? That we are drifting away from each other. Both the parties answer yes, it needs a lot of help. Okay. If one person says yes, other person says no, then this is a solvable issue. Okay, still. If both of them say no, then there should be all the answers should be no, huh? To the previous questions. Right? Questions. If you ask good question, you get 1 mark. If you ask silly question, you get 2 marks. So ask more questions. Don't worry. Ask some easy questions. You have 60 seconds to ask questions. If you want to type, you can type. If you want me to unmute, you start your camera, then you raise your hand, I will unmute. Without camera, you cannot speak. I don't talk to blank screens. No one wants. Okay, Jamshid. Dr. Jamshid, please say. Anything you can ask.
Sir, it's a case study, sir. Can I discuss with you, sir?
No, your voice is not audible. Can you repeat?
It's a case study, sir. Can I ask you, sir?
Yes, yes.
Sir, I have one client, a love marriage,
Okay.
and he is in Japan right now because of work, and she is in Chennai. But after delivery, she is having the postpartum, and now she feels that there is no connect between them, and trust issue also.
Since how many months have gone? The baby was born.
Baby is 7 months now.
Okay. So you can talk to the husband. Okay, you will talk both of them separately. Also,
Sir.
husband, tell them this is what she's feeling. Okay, she needs you more. So you may run some test. Okay, if she feels isolated, you may run this test also. Identify which are the places where she feels isolated. Then you tell the husband that these are the things or the issues she feels isolated. You start involving her, helping her, and all those things. Okay. Now she may tell what is the trust issue. Okay. So there are two issues here: drifting away and the trust. So the trust issue is there. Then you ask her why you feel that. She may say that I suspect him because he's not having intimacy with me, so maybe with someone else. You say that not necessary. After a childbirth, husbands many times they lose their libido temporarily for a few months. It is a natural phenomenon, and especially if it is a daughter child, then it happens very well for longer time. If you feel that your husband is talking to someone or has something, then I will talk, right? Then you confront the husband. Then you talk to the husband that see if you are this will affect your relationship. Okay, she's feeling this. She has saw this. She has read these messages. Or if you're having a ask him what are the things are doing. So the best way to ask husband question is, what are the things you are doing? Your wife may suspect you. What do you think? Right? So husband may say, no, I'm not doing anything. Right? Or husband may say, okay, there were some messages or some calls, but it was colleague or office work. She may have suspected me. So you say that, then you open up the communication. You explain her why you're talking and talk in front of her rather than going in different room. Yeah. If you have a call 11 p.m., you go in a separate room, obviously bad. But if you have call at 1 a.m. in the night and you talk in front of your wife, absolutely okay. Yeah. Obviously, make sure that that other girl on the phone does not talk some rubbish. Okay. Okay. So he has to do something then, concrete steps. We never do that, Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa has a very interesting question. Okay. When do we conclude that when we cannot help this couple any, right? See, you are not there to restore the relationship. Marriage counselor definition is not, okay, anything happen, I restore the relationship. None of your business. Who are you? Right? You are not their parents, you are not their children, you are not their relatives, you are not the couple. You ask the couple, what do you want? Okay. If the couple says we want separation, then your target is not, your success is not come together. Your success is mutual separation with minimal mental harassment. Right? Okay. So you will, if you align your work with the client's objective, always be successful. Right? If you impose, no, I want to work your relationship, I don't want to see your couple breaking up. Yeah, no one cares what you want actually. Yeah, the client cares what they want. Right? They are coming to you, they are paying you fees. If you impose your thoughts, they will not come to you. Right? Kanchan has another interesting question. If one person wants to resolve the issue and other person wants to drift away, does not want to resolve the issue, ask this person if you can, or ask this person who wants to resolve the issue that why the other person is not ready to resolve. They think that this is not resolvable. They think that this issue is not there. They do not acknowledge the issue. Okay, or they want to separate. Ask this person what is the issue. The one who is talking to you and the one who is coming to you, start helping them. Okay, conduct the single test, right? Because this one person coming to you, asking you to help, right? You should help whatever you can, right? This one person who wants to is less interested in resolving the issues will not come to you anyways, right? So you will equip this person with either some uh, things to restore her emotional bank balance, or to restore her mental peace, or to go through this phase of turbulence, right? So you act here as a friend to guide them, to tell them. You can still conduct the relationship test on a single person also, because sometimes there are no issues, okay, or there are issues that can be solved from this one person also. At least 50%. Start, right? Even if it works 10%, still good improvement. Okay. In India, divorce is very difficult. If one person wants divorce, other person does not want, it will never. Okay, 10 years, 15 years. And even if both the parties want divorce, court is going to ask why. It gives you cooling period. There are a lot of things. It drags. Okay, very difficult. Correct. So Meena has given a very interesting point. That's a person coming for help. They do not know that they are the problem of this marriage trouble, right? So you need to acknowledge, make them aware of it by using some relationship test, asking them examples, telling them, no, you are wrong at this place. He is right at this place. No, you are right at this place. He is wrong at this place. Okay. It's okay, Mona Lisa. Whoever is coming to you, you start helping them. You start taking tests. You give them couple activity. You become their friend. Help them, right? Because there is no one else to help them. Very good. Smriti has given a very practical and real life statement. Okay. When you are in a long committed relationship, it feels sometimes after a few years that you are living your parallel lives. But those lives are still overlapped, intermingled. Still okay, right? Unless you feel psychologically disturbed, then there is no reason to solve this issue. Okay. So a client will not come to you if they do not feel disturbed. Okay. Client will come to you with this issue of separate lives if one is troubled because of this. And this separate lives, it's not necessarily one who is living the separate life is at fault. It may be this person is at fault. That's why this person has to start living a separate life. Saujanya, so in India, there is a protocol. Any client going for divorce, the court will tell them go for marriage counseling for next 6 months. Okay. And or plus cooling period. It is a mandate, right? So they have to attend some marriage counseling sessions, right? But you will never write anything and give them notes. Okay, this couple workable, not workable, anything. Do not do that. Okay, unless you are so adventurous and you want to stop practice and go into, okay, fighting their legal battles. Okay. Questions anyone has? Any question, anything, no problem. Questions? No questions? Okay. Lieutenant Colonel Suja has asked an interesting question. How can we resolve compatibility issues in couple? If a couple is incompatible, that diagnosis should have been done before marriage, not after marriage. But still, if you come to know that there is incompatibility between the couple, right? So now you will work on these three issues. Issues which are easily solvable, issues not solvable can be managed, issues critical. So you work, help the couple divide their issues, incompatibilities in these three aspects, and solve one by one. Right? We'll take that one class. Very good, Meena. So, Manisha, you always have the right to refuse. Okay. If a couple comes and says that I want your notes, yeah, I will not give you, go to hell. Yeah, you can always tell them, right? I want you to give me certificate. Yeah, I don't give. You go wherever you want, pay them money, get the certificate. You are not paid money for certificate. You are paid me for counseling, and you are not paid for me, right? You are not purchased me. You have taken 1 hour of my marriage counseling service. Work is done. Get out, right? If you want some certificate or some paper, go to someone else who will commit you that. I have not committed you before taking your sessions. That I will give you some paper. If you want some papers, then you will have to talk to another marriage counselor. Okay, I don't give. That is my rule. Yeah. So couple may say that we there are many. They you go there. I don't do. Yeah. Very good. So you will ask the couple the answers and you will write the answers on your notes. Yeah. For couple counseling as well as single, you will make 4 columns. Most of the marriage counselors from the court and the lawyers, they do our program for marriage counseling because they get this relationship test, right? They get this couple activity. Earlier, most of the marriage counselors, they are talking from their own wisdom, right? So once you have this scientific tool, then you can engage the client more, you can solve more issues. You feel more satisfaction. You can develop your name as a successful marriage counselor with these tools. Questions? First session, history recording. Second session, relationship test, both the couple together, if possible. Third session, one spouse. Fourth session, second spouse, one single. Okay. Then fifth session, analysis and talk, cross question, give me examples, what and all. And fifth and sixth session, seventh session onwards, you start fifth, sixth, seventh, all cross questions, examples, and tell them you should do this, you do this, you stop doing this, you stop doing that, that. And divide the issues. Always remember divide the issue into 3 parts. no need to convince Narmada. You will not be able to, if one spouse is convinced to do something, other spouse is not convinced, you cannot do anything. Only thing you can do as a marriage counselor is you continue to help this person who's coming to you by preparing them to go through the turbulence of the marriage. You can do that. If one spouse asks, how do I convince my spouse? Or then you can tell that, okay, you don't need to convince, it is not a point to convince. Okay, you can use this statement, you can try to convince the other person, or I will tell you what is the perspective of the other person. Once this spouse realizes that a perspective of other person is this, they may be able to convince them, or may realize not required to convince at all. Good question. Another question anyone has? Okay, I will try to ignore this suggestion. It may lead to divorce also. Okay. So, but yes, Mina is saying this just to lighten up the mood. She wants to create fun. Oh, great. Good. Good experiment. Okay. People liked it. Wow. Worked. Wow. Good. Good. They want to experiment. Yeah. So people, those who are starting writing smiley, big smiley, they want to experiment either with their lives or with their clients. Wow. You can do that. No worries. Narmada, as per laws in India, any couple going to court for divorce, they must undergo marriage counseling. That is a mandate the court gives them. Okay. Now, some couple will go. Most of the couple, they really go to marriage counselor. Okay. And they come back and declare in the affidavit, they declare, yes, we are taking marriage counseling sessions. Okay. Some couple, they don't go, they just write, yes, we are taking marriage counseling session. Yeah. So it was both ways. But the court will always tell them, you go for marriage counseling sessions. That is a rule, that is a law. Okay. So that is not a relationship test. Okay. So for identifying a narcissist spouse, typically as a counselor, you can identify from the examples. Okay. Or you can refer them to a psychiatrist to run some test. Right. But a narcissist person will not come there for conducting a test, getting conducted a test. Yeah. So you understand those things from the history. But when you're taking the history, you may realize that 50%, 1 out of 2, that the person who's telling you that other person narcissist, actually this person narcissist. Very interesting, huh? Okay. So Narmada, you call me tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow afternoon you call me. Okay. Thank you everyone. Have a great time. Enjoy it. For child assessment tools, we'll meet tomorrow. For psychotherapy, we meet Sunday. For those who want to know details or learn psychotherapy, they can contact me tomorrow. And for psychology counseling and child counseling, we meet Monday, whichever program you have entered for. Okay. If you want to start taking clients, take my internship. I will give you live clients to practice on. Okay. You can earn from that also. Have a great time. Thank you. And